Hey beautiful people, welcome to the weekly Oracle guidance for the week of the 11th of May 2020. Beautiful people, it is your girl Shakima in the building. I just wanted to stop in this space today to do the weekly Oracle guidance for collective consciousness. And there we go, we have Mystic Tira in the room. I'm just going to get her into this space. Hey guys. So I've sent that request. Once Mystic Tira gets into the room, we can get started and get everything together. Hello, beautiful Empress.
Hello, my darling. Good day to you, my goddess. Hope you're well.
You too. Doing good. Doing absolutely divine. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Really, really fantastic. We give thanks for life.
Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting week for us this week, sir. I'm really intrigued to see what the energies are going to bring up. How have you been feeling? Have you been feeling any pre-shadow energy for the retrogrades that we're going to be having this week?
Yes, there's been a lot of clearing on my side. Cutting
Yeah.
away no longer serving me.
Yes.
Just kind of seeing people for who they truly are.
Yes.
And also recognizing that we cannot change anybody. We can only change
Absolutely.
ourselves. That I think that was
Absolutely.
this awareness with this new moon.
Yeah, it's on it. I'm intrigued to see where we are by the Gemini new moon. And don't forget, guys, Mystic Tira and I are sort of doing new moon and full moon ceremonies as well. So if you guys are interested in stuff like that, definitely be sure to just drop us a quick DM and we'll be able to kind of let you guys know the details about the situation as and when. Okay. But it seems like right now we're sort of really coming down into a lot this week.
Adjust my lights quickly.
I know, that's okay, beautiful. So whilst Mystic Tira sort of gets the lights together for the show, guys, we've got a lot going on this week and I really want to put it across to you guys. So as of today, okay, guys, as of today, Saturn is now effectively in retrograde. Can I hear it? Amen. Oh, thank you, beautiful. Which means you understand, the magnitude of what these planets are trying to do. Usually people, when you mention retrograde, people start running and hiding. So, we getting some girls.
Well, so what does that mean for us? What does that mean? I mean, Saturn is the king of creation, isn't it? It's kind of, that's our creative power. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Explain a little bit.
So Saturn's actually going to go, well, it's now effectively gone, we're on the 11th. Saturn's gone retrograde as of today, guys, into the sign of Aquarius, which means that we're really sort of we're being guided at the minute to work on our debut into society, so the next version of ourselves. Once Saturn actually goes direct, later this year at the end of September, we'll be able to see the benefits of all the work that we do between now and the end of September. So Saturn is kind of like the karmic note taker of the skies. That's probably the best way that I can describe divine masculine energy of Saturn. It's kind of like the karmic note taker of the astral bodies, and it's really just identifying the law of cause and effect. When we think about the seven hermetic laws, whatever we do has a consequence, and Saturn's really trying to give us an opportunity to realize the decisions that we've made. So like what you sort of mentioned earlier about like seeing people for their true colors, Saturn retrograde is awesome at doing that because it shows you the decisions. Hello, King Kefra. Thank you for stopping into the space, beautiful. We're actually speaking about Saturn retrograde as of today and all the impacts of that. So Saturn will bring certain situations in your experience where there's people that aren't necessarily authentic for whatever reason it is. That's something between them and God that they're sort of working on. They're trying to get a certain sense of clarity and awareness, but Saturn will basically lift their skirts and say, here's who they really are. What do you want to do about it? Because prior to Saturn going retrograde, we saw all of the red flags. We tried to paint them white, yellow, green, orange, purple, but they were red flags. They were warning signs. And we kind of gave into those situations regardless of spirit and the universe saying, hey, is this really in alignment with your core values? And now Saturn is holding us accountable to the decisions that we've made. So it is going to be dense. I'm not going to lie. Even I did a reading yesterday for the energies of like the next few days. And I could already sort of feel the energy yesterday, and coming into today, it's just manifested it that Saturn's going to clear out for us during now. and the end of September. So I'm excited.
Heavy energy, but we've got to do the work.
Definitely.
Important.
Definitely. Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on for Divine Masculine and Feminine this week. So I don't know if you kind of want to sort of kickstart the space today or what the situation is.
Great. I'm happy to do that. But the thing is, where do you want us to start? Should we dive into the energy, or should we go into the dark side of the soul of what we're feeling right now? Or do we have
Can we go into the dark side? Can we go into the dark side and then go into the conversation, because Saturn retrograde is going to highlight all of that BS. So it would be nice to know.
Oh my God, are we ready for this? The thing is, a lot of people do not like to go to the dark side of the soul.
Yeah.
This is where people don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately, but we all have to visit that dark of the soul. We have to do that work. And it's called shadow boxing.
Yep.
Kick out the bullshit that you don't want in your life. Dig deep. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. It's so exciting to be on your show. I'm always happy to be here to do the reading for the collective. I'm excited. So let's start with, let's see, you remember this little cards, this little word cards?
Yeah.
I want to see who comes out, who is this reading for? So let's start.
Absolutely.
These are just letters. So whoever comes out is who. It could be anybody's initial, it could be your first name. So we got R. This is somebody's name starting with R. This reading.
Okay.
Okay, one more. I love it. One more. Like I said, it could be for anyone. L.
Okay.
For anyone's name starting from L. Or it could just be, take it as it resonates.
Yeah.
Somebody you know, it could be somebody, it could be your middle name, or somebody's first name,
Yeah.
It's already resonating with me.
It's already resonating with me. Do you want to, we just had somebody enter the room, so do you want to just let them know what letters we're sort of, guided to be reading for today?
The letter R and the letter L. So it could be someone's middle name, first name, or it could be somebody you related to, somebody you know. So we're going to start from there. Right, and we're going to look at the dark side of the soul, because the changes in the astrology and the changes that we're going through, the retrogrades, we have a lot of retrograde to come, right? So people are going to be feeling a lot of heavy energy. We're going to be pulled to go deep into our soul. So these are the cards that I made, and they're called the dark side of the soul, and they will be available for you to purchase soon. So let's dive in, right? Are you guys ready? They're really dark. I love it. Yes, put your seatbelts on. Let's go deep. What are we feeling? Spirit, tell me. What are the energy? What are we feeling? What is the dark side of our soul in this time? Okay, I'm gonna choose 4. One's already popped out. Whoops, 3 has popped out. 1 more to go. We have a jumper. I love it.
Running.
Oh dear, let's see. 1 more to go. What is the dark side of our soul, Spirit? Let's see, so we can work on it. Okay, I got 4, guys. All right, steady myself. Right, the first one that came out is egotism. Egotism. So a lot of us might be dealing with our ego right now, or we have to really look at it. Go deep and look at, where is your ego playing out? Where is it holding you back or holding other people back? This is the dark side of the soul, you see. Sometimes our ego stops us from moving forward. Right, so that's card number 1. Think about it. Card number 2, emotional immaturity. So this might be a lot of stuff coming out for some people, and they don't know how to deal with it. So they will kind of show up like immature, even though they're big old ass people. They will be around this time. People are going to be behaving immaturely because they don't know how to handle the pain. They don't know how to dig down and deal with the stuff that is coming up right now for all of us. So yeah, this is the dark night of our souls. Right. Next one is creative blockage. So some people might be having a lot of blockages, creativity or otherwise. So it could just be blockage. Maybe you might be thinking to produce something, but you don't know how to bring it forth, or you're just thinking, and you're not being creative. You're getting all the download, but you're not doing the work. So this is this is the dark night of your soul, mine, every one of us who's listening right now. Okay. Right, let's go see now. the last one, this is very, very deep. This one says depression. Right. The dark side that we are in. A lot of people are depressed at this time. Some people don't know how to deal with it. You know, the lockdown, not being able to see their loved ones, not being able to have cuddles, kisses, and all of that. So it's going around. So beware. Don't get caught in the spider's web. Try and alleviate yourself from depression. Go for a walk. Or, yeah, call somebody. Get on the phone. Play some games online. I like to play Ludo online. So, yeah, that's the dark soul of our that's the dark side of our soul right now at this time. Yeah. So I pray that you all can work on those things. Cut down the ego. Deal with your emotions in a mature way so that you don't get blocked. Your creativity doesn't get blocked. And also you don't get into the depression. Okay? Thank you very much. That's it. That's the one for the dark soul. Should we go and lighten it up a bit? Let's lighten it up.
Yeah. That was.
Sorry.
That was absolutely spot on as well, because when you mentioned creative block, I literally looked over at my chart because Venus goes retrograde in 2 days from now. So we are definitely going to be like diving deep into that creative block and understanding it. So thank you again for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, darling.
Spot on.
So what are we doing next? We were going to look into the conversation, shall we?
Yeah.
Go into the conversation of man and woman, divine masculine and divine feminine. So earlier on, I chose a card already, just for so that from the soul journey. So I chose 2 cards, one for the masculine and one for the feminine, so that we're quickly moving on and save time, and then we can clarify. Okay. So this is the energy. We looked in the dark side, what the energy is going to be like, and we're seeing that a lot of people are going to be going through depression, and all of that. So for the overall energy, for the masculine, divine masculine, the card that came out was denial. Now, it says here, I acknowledge my fears, but I replace it with an insight of awareness. So what I'm getting from this card is that right now, a lot of our masculine are going through a hard time, and they might be in denial of that. And it's okay. But I think part of the denial for our masculine is that they don't know how to communicate it, you know, and it's also that part of the ego coming to play. There's a lot of egotism among our masculine. We love you lots and we want you in our life. But this denial as an overall card energy for the masculine it's very prominent, and maybe it applies to you, and it definitely applies to myself, you know. So that's what came out, the overall energy for the masculine. Okay. For the feminine, we have balance. This is so beautiful. And he says, I bring a state of perfection, harmony into my life, and I do so without judgment. It's so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. So what I'm getting from that card is that a lot of us feminine are trying to bring balance into our life, either through work or, you know, our family, even our money, our enterprise. We're really trying to find that perfect harmony in our life, in our world. And we are doing it without judgment. We're not judging the masculine. We really want them to walk along with us, you know, to be side by side. But we want balance. We don't want no tipping scales. So yeah, that's the energy of the feminine and masculine right now. So we're going to go into see what is the concept. Let's go have a conversation with masculine.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you all.
Love it.
Right, what should I use for that? Let me see what card. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to use the Life Purpose Oracle card by Doreen Virtue. And I'm going to just see what is the masculine and feminine saying right now to each other. So first of all, let's see what the masculine is saying, shall we? I don't know. I'm just feeling a lot for the masculine right now. You know, I usually start my reading with the feminine because, you know, I am a divine feminine. But I want to start today with the masculine because my heart goes out to them. You know, they're just being so burdened. They have so much to clear. A lot of us have been doing this work for so long, but the masculine are just becoming to understand that they're multi-dimensional beings. They're becoming awakened to their spirituality. So it's really tough. We need to give them more love. Yeah, we need that. So because in honor of the masculine, I'm choosing them first. Wow. Okay. So what the masculine is, oh, sorry, bear with me. My question was, what is the masculine feeling? The masculine is feeling that it is time to decide. The masculine doesn't want to be in denial anymore. The masculine are knowing that the time is up. So that card says, make a decision based on your heart true desires. You know, make a decision. Because some of the masculine might have two women. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a three-party situation here. Like, and maybe there's a masculine out there who have two women and don't know who he have to go with. But this is the time now. So they're recognizing, they're feeling it. It's time to decide. It's time to make a decision. And it could be about job. It could be a brother who don't have two women, but it could be, what job shall I take? You know, they're deciding. Because can't denial no more. No more denial, brothers. You have time to decide. I love it, love it, love it. I love it for my brothers, for my divine masculine. Decide, please. Feminine is not going to wait around for too long. She wants balance. Okay, let's go see what the feminine is feeling. Oops. Well, it seems like for the feminine, we got artists. So I'm feeling with this card that some of our feminine are being creative right now. They're really bringing their artistic gift out in whatever way, whether it's painting, drawing, making oils, making candles, reading cards. You know, sisters are getting really into their creativity. Okay? And it says here for the feminine, this card says, engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and other people's life. So get creative, feminine, because whatever you're bringing out is going to be beneficial, not just to you, but to the whole world. And that is where you can also bring balance, maybe to your relationship with your masculine and to yourself, because you'll be focusing on yourself and bringing balance within, not just in the relationship that you're in. Okay? So that's what the feminine is feeling. The feminine are feeling, I want to be creative. I want to bring out my course. I want to launch my YouTube. I want, whatever. Sisters, get doing. Okay? That's the card for you. You're feeling it. So do it. Now let's go see, what is the masculine thinking? What's the masculine thinking? What are they thinking right about now? What are they thinking, spirit? Lovely masculine. Oh, I love you guys. You are the protector. You're the carers. You without you, really, feminine are just, they're vulnerable because they have no one to protect them now, you see. We have to protect our feminines, you see. Protect them. Oh, that one was to come out. Okay. I think it's strength. Strength came out for the masculine. So, what I'm getting with this is that for some masculine, this is just too much. Too much having to decide and having to deal with the depression when we talk about the dark night of the soul and all that, what is going on. So it's really masculine and having to need strength right now. They're thinking, where do I get the strength from? But they're going to get the strength because, they're there to learn that lesson. That's part of the lesson. The karma for some of our masculine is to find the strength. No matter how hard it is, you must to find the strength because you are the creator, you are the protector. You have been here to protect your feminine and your siblings, your children. Yeah. Okay. So that's what the masculine is thinking. Now for the feminine, bear with me. I'm just going to get a card for the feminine. What's the feminine? What is she thinking? What are we thinking? My divine lovelies. What is in your mind? Should we go find out quickly? What's in your mind? Tell me, spirit. What's in the feminine's mind? Show me. Okay. We have crystals. Okay. So this tells me healing is what I'm getting for you. This is saying that the feminine is thinking about healing. Feminine wants to bring healing into this relationship here. Maybe there's been a lot that have gone down in your relationship. There's been a lot of blockages, either in you or in your masculine. So you only need to bring healing into the situation. You're being called to work with crystals. Get some crystals in your house. For the feminine, you can put some inside your clothes when you go out. Put some in your purse and bring the love into your life. Yes? So I'm going to read what it says. It says, your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energies. See what I said? You have to heal that connection. Because your connection, some of you might already be connected to crystals. So they're saying that it's a channel for your healing. So use it more. Some of you might just get a crystal and say, oh, a friend of mine gave me a crystal, but it's just sitting in the corner of you. Use it. Meditate with it. You know, charge it. Put it in the sun. Put it in the moon. So that's what the feminine is thinking. Feminine thinking healing. You can heal yourself. All right. Okay, let's go and see what is the masculine saying. What does the masculine want to say to his feminine? I missed all of this. What is it saying? What's he got to say to us? Because we got what he's thinking. Masculine is saying healing energies. I love it. So, okay. You see what this reading is so beautiful. I love it when the spirit talks to us. The feminine was looking at God crystal. That's what she was thinking. And now the masculine is saying it. She's saying, bring me some energy healing. I need your healing. Because ain't no sunshine when she's gone. That's right. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Okay, that's what is happening. So the masculine needs our healing energy. You know what I mean? You got it, babies. You as the divine. I mean, come on. We heal them, right? Because we are the healers. We are the guardian of the flame. And they need that flame. So there you have it. The masculine is saying healing energy. They want to be healed. And some of them might not know how to go about it. You know, we women, we seem to have a bit of intuition, and you know, we know how to heal ourselves. So we need to share it with our brothers, you know. And the brothers, they will not have to listen, because the sisters, they have the knowledge. You see. So one love to all of us. We have to look after each other. That's how we have to go. So brothers, for you, is saying, I'm going to read what the card says. It says, your natural energy healing abilities are important part of your life purpose. So there might be some brothers out there who are healers themselves. So you need to be doing the work, because you have natural healing abilities. And that's part of your life purpose. You know, you come here not just to have them girls all around the place. You come here to do some work, serious work, to be a healer, to heal people, to heal them sisters there. That's it. So that's what the brother is saying. They're saying energy healing, heal me. Because some of the brothers round about now in this lockdown, they're beginning to recognize where they've gone wrong. Okay? They're beginning to recognize them lost them women. They lost the most important things in their life. So they need healing. They need that energy healing, because right about them distorted energy where they're carrying around is beginning to make them sick. When you look at some of them, it's not the same man you knew. It becomes somebody else. You realize when you see them things, you know, so the energy is off, that they need energy healing. And some of them are recognizing it. That's why they have this card here. This is what they're saying. I recognize that I'm damaged. I recognize that I need healing. Yeah. So let's put them in our place and let's help them as much as we can. Okay, let's go see what the feminine are saying. What is the feminine saying? Sisters, sisters, sisters. I mean, you guys always holding the torch. I love you girls. You know, I love you, mama sugar. You guys always holding the torch, but you know what? Sometimes we need help too. So let's go see what we are saying to our masculine. What we're saying to them. What we're saying. Bear with me, guys, quickly. Spirit, show me, what is the feminine saying? What are we saying to our masculine that wants to come up? Right. It seems like the feminine wants to party. We want to play music. We want to go dance. I mean, yeah, don't you feel like it? All this lockdown, after this lockdown, somebody must really put a nice dance out somewhere there. We need a place to go and dance. We want to dance. We want to be romanced. We want balance. Remember, our first card was balance. So far, there hasn't been balance. When last did the masculine take the feminine out? I mean, nice dine and wine and rub, nice, you know what I mean? Nice. Sisters are saying, I want to play, I want music, I want joy, I want abundance, fulfillment in my life. Yes. Okay. So that's what you're saying. But guess what? The spirit is saying you can do all of that yourself. Spirit is saying connect yourself to music, to heal yourself and others. Yeah. So go get some music instrument, play. If you have a drum, bash your drum, get some instrument. For me, I love my bells. So heal yourself, heal yourself, heal yourself. Now, I have covered all the 3 questions. I thought I would go up and choose So I want to do an outcome for all of this. And then I want to do one of those affirmation cards for each one, if we still have time.
Go for it, beautiful.
Okay, great. Right, so I'm choosing from, right, the outcome is coming from the Unicorn Oracle cards. Let's just see what is the outcome for both of them. Because the masculine is in denial, and it's time for him to decide. He needs strength. He's thinking about strength. And amazing. So for the masculine, he got the Christ. Amazing. So I think this card came out last week. And he said, so it's card number 44, which is 8. And 8 is infinity, is the sign of infinity. This is continuously, you know, this ever. And so Christ, oh, this is so beautiful for the masculine. And remember, he had energy healing. Oh, wow. I love this for the masculine. So that's the outcome, masculine. You need to get with Christ. You need to be more spiritual. You need to look within, connect with your creator. Whatever it is for you, you don't have to be a Christian. You could be a Muslim, you could be a Buddhist. But whatever it is that you believe, now is the time to connect. Open the door to the kingdom of heaven within you. That's the outcome. That's the only way, really. This is not this denial energy that you're in. It ain't taking you anywhere. Yes, let me ring your bell today. Amen. I love you all. I love you, my masculine. Now let's go see the outcome for the feminine. The feminine is looking for balance. And then the spirit is saying, get creative. Go deep into your artistic things. Be artistic. Huh? Look into. These are the way you're going to find the balance within yourself, you see. This is the reading for today. Whoa, we have a jumper. Stay with me. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Okay, feminine. Perspective came out. Okay, perspective. Okay, this is great. It says, examine your situation from a higher perspective. Now, look, we were talking earlier. It could be that you find yourself in a three-party situation. So this guy is saying, you need to have a different look, perspective of things. If somebody put you in a three-party, do you need to be there? That's just a scenario for someone that I'm getting from this reading. And then it could be that maybe some of you have been pissed off with your person over certain things. So this card is saying, have a new perspective of things in your life, in your relationship, yeah? And even in the way you deal with yourself, have a new perspective about that business that you've been thinking about. Have a new perspective about that project, that artistic venture that you wanted to bring about. Have a new perspective about your creativity. Have it about your healing. Bring new things in to your life to help you be wholesome. Yes? And examine the situation. You know, sometimes we're blindfolded because we just see what we see. We don't see the other side, the person's side. We don't know, for example, with the masculine, we don't know how hard is it for them to decide, to make a decision, to leave whatever it is that they're dealing with, or they have to choose between two people or two things or two. It's difficult for them. So we need to have a new perspective as to how we're dealing with situations in our lives. Okay? Right, that is the outcome for the feminine and the masculine reading for today. I love you lots, and it's so amazing. Oh, I mean, every time we do this reading, don't you feel the messages?
Definitely.
How it just resonates
yes.
with everybody in the collective right now. And
yep.
Again, if anybody is R, I take it Ricardo, Richard, Rachel, and you know, it goes on. And the L, Lorraine, Loretta, Lua, Loris, Laura, whatever. If that is you, I hope this has helped you to be a bit more clear of what's going on in your situation. So, right, what do we do? Guardians, affirmation, please.
Yes.
Because this was a bit heavy. We need something light, right?
Mm-hmm.
We started from the dark side. Let's clear it. Let's get a bit. Ooh, bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Let's get some affirmation cards for you. Some advice cards. Advice. Okay, let me get them. Right. Bear with me. Just getting my cards. Okay. So here we go. Right. So these are the cards that I made earlier. Another deck that I made. These ones are called relationship affirmation cards. Okay, because and I only do relationship reading, divine and masculine relationship reading. So I've been looking for something positive for all of us, and there's nothing out there. So over this 3, 4, 5 months, I have created my own, and they're absolutely fabulous. So when they're ready, you can get a deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose a card. Affirmation for the feminine. So I'm going to start with the feminine this time. What affirmation does the feminines needs to know and have to use for their progression? Ha! I love it. So one card came up and it says, I am worthy of deep, soulful love. I am worthy of deep, soulful love. Look at that. I am worthy of deep, soulful love. Say that to yourself and believe it. That is your message, your guidance for today. The spirits are saying, whatever situation you find yourself, you have to know that you are worthy of deep, soulful love. And so be it. Right. Let's give one to the masculine as well. Let's see. We need affirmation for the masculine. Ha! I love it. So for the masculine, wow. I just love how this, yeah, okay. Before I speak, let me read the card to you. For the masculine, it says, I give myself permission to be loved for who I am. Wow. I mean, honestly, these cards, they keep repeating themselves, but I feel that the masculine is saying, I am me, and I want to be me. And I just give myself permission to be who I am. So I'm going to read again. I give myself permission to be loved for who I am. To be loved for who I am. So guess what? So remember, the energy the masculine was in was denial. So sometimes I think some of our masculine really don't give themselves permission to love who they are. I think some of them have problems dealing with themselves, like who am I? And not really being comfortable. And now this is the affirmation. If that's you, masculine, we love you very much. And the card talks for themselves. My advice from the advice from the card is to give yourself permission to be loved, just the way you are. We love you. We don't want you to change. We just want balance. We want to dance. We want to sing. We want to hold you. We want to be, we're just full of love, right? So the masculine, give yourself permission to be loved for who you are. You're okay. You're 100%. You're enough. Just as we are enough. You see. And that right there is the end of the reading for today.
No, thank you for all of that awesomeness. Thank you for kicking off the space with all of that. And your decks are amazing as well, by the way, guys. Definitely be sure to hit up Mystic Tira, DM her if you are interested in getting your own decks as well, because that just really resonated with just when you did, the dark side and you pulled for us from your deck as well. That was just very, very clear in terms of what we're sort of navigating through. So I really appreciate that. And the affirmations were beautiful
for the general collective.
Yeah, it was amazing stuff to sort of see in this space. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm a little bit I'm still processing that, if I'm completely honest, but I'm gonna go ahead.
I took all of your time. I do apologize.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, I feel like the space for today, the timing is impeccable. So I don't really need much time. I think I'll just go ahead and get all the insights for us for now. But thank you again for that. That was so awesome. Let's go ahead and have a little look at this.
Let me do some of my bell before you go into your reading.
Thank you. Thank you. Go for it. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. That really helped to just ground me back into because I think I literally just started to travel with all of the information that you just said. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Beautiful. It's amazing. So take it away, my love. Take it away.
Let's have a little look and see what's going on for this week, guys. So okay, so seems like a lot of us are looking at what we don't have. Basically, envy is the actual energy that we're sort of coming into this week with. So what that's saying to me is that there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of moodiness. interesting what you were sort of saying as well about third party situations as well. So this may again be alignment with that, sort of coming into this week. And even with the energy, it's kind of showing that it's more looking at the outside world for what we don't have. Again, Spirit's just kind of saying that we haven't necessarily been disciplined to get the things that we want. And it's almost like that's, again, Spirit's highlighting is because we've been busy looking outside of ourselves. The only way that we're going to create the things that we want is to look within ourselves, identify those things, and learn how to bring that into manifestation out there. And I can hear it as well. It's almost like we're sort of going through a process, or have been through a process of realizing that the reason why we're envious of other situations, or why there may be jealousy that we're sort of feeling, is because we haven't loved ourselves in the way that we truly desire to be loved from others. And those are some of the factors playing into our moodiness coming into this week, guys. So this week we're going to be dealing with lack of motivation. Lack of motivation is kind of showing that we have an imbalance in our solar plexus, guys. So if anything, I would say that's the chakra to work on for this week. Mystic Tira mentioned about, you know, divine feminines utilizing some crystals for healing. So I would definitely recommend that you guys get yourself a golden tiger eye. It's great for the solar plexus. There's other crystals as well that you can sort of utilize for the actual solar plexus, but definitely start working on that, because basically Spirit's saying that your ego is imbalanced because you have an imbalance in your solar plexus. That's why you're sort of dealing with this egotism that, again, Mystic Tira's cards beautifully explained. Okay, again, just a plug for that. If you guys really want to dive deep into your dark side, reach out to Mystic Tira so that you can get your hands on those cards once they're sort of available for us. Moving forward, Spirit's definitely saying that there's alternative possibilities. We are going to open new doors moving forward, but it's almost like we have to first release ourselves. We have to release ourselves from our limiting perspectives and viewpoints, and we have to go deep into our intuition. So we have to let go of the ego's way of being logical. A lot of the time, Spirit's kind of asking us to go into the rational mind and really work at creating our new norm from there, walking away from anything that isn't serving us so that we can become our inner magician. It's kind of like learning how to basically work with your power from within instead of expecting the change to come from external forces, because that isn't your power. You know, that is the power of everybody else that's co-creating in your reality. So dive deep within yourself this week, understand a little bit more about your ego's triggers, and try and identify tools that you can utilize to overcome some of these limiting beliefs of your ego. Okay, let's have a little look and see. Where are we for this week, Spirit? The week of Monday, the 11th of May. Where are we and what path do we cross? Okay, so it's popped up again for us, guys. We are learning how to release envy.
Oh, wow.
We're learning how to release envy, and the only way that we can sort of do that, again, Spirit is very clear. Look within ourselves. We're learning how to, the divine feminine was really sort of identifying that she requires balance at this time. We have to learn how to basically work with the light and dark side of ourselves this week. And it's interesting because the things that we envy in others, Spirit's going to say the things that we envy in others, will realize how we have that in ourselves and the strengths that we have to be able to bring those things into materialization. And also for those of you guys, because it's bringing me back to third party situations as well, where envy is a factor and jealousy is playing a part in the situation. Spirit's actually saying that you're going to come to certain realizations as well about how you want to be appreciated in that dynamic, and start creating from that place within yourselves. Okay, what path do we cross this week for the, okay, the path that we're crossing this week, again, lack of discipline, guys. Spirit's very clear. We're learning how to be a little bit more disciplined, and a lot of it, Spirit's saying that a lot of the reason why we envy others is because of our own self-doubt. I really want to put that across. Spirit's saying that the things that we're seeing in others that we don't think that we can materialize is to do with a lack of faith and belief in ourselves, and that's why we don't have a cornucopia that we sort of want. We don't have this field of abundance that we want, because we're busy saying that who we are isn't good enough. And again, it goes back to divine masculine in their ability to be able to love themselves as they are. So definitely resonating with all of the stuff that's taking place here as well. Also, Spirit saying that a lot of the lack of discipline is to do with our ego. We're not sort of, again, learning how to tame the beast within that. Do you see what I'm saying? We're too busy projecting it out at the world, making all of our issues everybody else's problem, bleeding emotionally all over people that didn't necessarily cut us. So those are the things we're going to be working through this week. What is in the past trajectory for us, sort of coming into the energies of this week, Spirit? Okay, so in the energies, we're dealing with romantic situations. So guys. Honestly, we've had so much ego in our romantic situation, spirit saying that this is why we're learning this lesson. This is why we're learning that who we are is good enough. We don't have to doubt ourselves. We can believe in ourselves. We can receive the love. But we have to be willing to drop our ego a little bit and open our hearts. So definitely a guidance for us in this space. Let's have a look and see what's going on in the subconscious mind for my collective consciousness for this week, the 11th of May. Okay, so in the subconscious mind, we are dealing with patience, guys. We are dealing with patience with people's inability to see themselves. And it's interesting because Spirit's saying that they can't see the versions of themselves that we perhaps see in them at times. And those are some of the things that we're going to be learning how to be patient with them about during the process of this week. And also, Spirit is saying that a lot of what they're not able to see about themselves is to do with forgiveness. They may be holding on to certain things, or we may be holding on to certain things. We may not have forgiven them for not being able to see themselves in the light that we see them as well. So Spirit's saying to us, have patience with that. Have patience with the caring connections that are going to go a little bit awry this week. The romantic situations that are going to feel like you're unappreciated. Have a little patience with it, because we don't want to start overthinking things, is what Spirit's sort of saying to us. Okay, what is in the conscious mind for the collective for the week of the 11th of May, Spirit? Oh gosh, we have a lot going on in the conscious mind. Let me organize us, guys, because there's a lot going on here. So it seems that we've started a new journey. We sort of, in our conscious mind, we are sort of looking at the contracts that we've created. So we were speaking again at the start of the space about, you know, Saturn going retrograde today. We're looking at a lot of the karmic values of the journey that we've taken thus far. We're saying, I don't want to do that no more. That isn't working for me. There's no value in that for me. I kept being left feeling pushed out in the cold. I kept left being triggered left, right, and center for my insecurities. There's no sense of care for my own personal, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So I cannot continue to go down this road with you. That's literally kind of where the collective is at. And I think what I want to say as well, some of us are feeling that way about ourselves. We cannot continue to go down this path with ourselves. We can't keep making the same sort of decisions that we've been making and expect that it isn't going to leave us sort of brokenhearted and feeling like, you know, nobody cares. Spirit is saying, in the forefront of our mind, we are sort of learning how to balance the yin and yang energy. And what's taking place right now, we are in the vibration of the yin. We are looking at the values within ourselves and how that reality. Because if you're trying to go on this new journey and they're going on a journey that's left and you're going on a journey that's right, guess what? You guys are going to go at completely different opposite ends of the scale. So Spirit's saying that you need to go into contracts with the people that you are trying to create your new norm with. Okay, don't just be impatient about the situation because they can't yet see themselves in the reality that you see them. Forgive them for that. Forgive yourself for being a little bit farther ahead on their timeline and seeing them for who they really are. And let them grow into that person. Let them grow into that person. How can you help them? What are some of the tools that you have? You know, basically really clearly identify what is the contract. Don't just be about, I'm going to leave you behind right now because you're not sort of going left with me because that's where I want to go. You kind of have to show them the way. If they're already on a journey of going right, you're going to have to guide them back to neutral grounds so that you can identify collectively together how to then go in the direction that you guys are both wanting to head into. Okay, so this is just very, very interesting, guys. What is my third eye is like doing the most at the minute. I'm like itching. Let's see, what is the outcome moving forward from this week with everything that we're navigating through? Okay, wow, Spirit's clear. Spirit is clear. The outcome for us is that we will be able to balance our throat chakra, and this will bring a door to spirit. Okay, we'll be able to balance the way that we're able to communicate with people. If you guys are struggling at this time with your communication, Archangel Gabriel, call upon Archangel Gabriel to help you to express yourself. Call upon the presence and spirit of the divine in itself to just speak through you when you feel like you're too fragmented, you're too frustrated, you're too angry, you're too annoyed, resentful, like whatever it is that isn't in the vibration of love. Call upon Archangel Gabriel to help you express that, and it will bring you into a vibration of the door of your true spirit, not just your ego, guys. Because Spirit's saying moving forward from this week, that is what will materialize. That is the outcome for us, and we'll be able to release a lot of this deception that we're sort of going through, where we're wearing masks in our relationship, where we're too concerned about how we're going to be received, or we're not willing to receive the other person. We're too busy focusing on, you're not listening to me, because we're too busy talking because we want to hear the sound of our own voice. it's okay if somebody isn't listening to you, but are they receiving you? There's a complete difference in being able to hear and listen to someone than being able to receive them. And we're going to have to be able to really be clear about the way that we're communicating, because sometimes, you know, communication isn't just what we say, it's about how we say it. So if we can learn how to switch the vibration of our tone, Spirit saying that, we'll be able to let go of some of the masks that we're wearing in these relationships. Okay, I'm going to close out the space with a final card for us as well, guys. A message from the universe to just advise us with all of this awesomeness that's kind of taking place this week. What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my collective consciousness? Okay, guys, we have a flyer. It wouldn't have been a day if we didn't have a flyer, so I'm going to grab that for us. So the universe is saying, overall, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Okay, so express everything, even with what you want to say. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it, because people can receive it differently. Align it with the core values of who you are versus reacting from a place of being triggered to the circumstances. Okay, beneath the surface of everything, just read that to you guys at the bottom of the deck. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. Okay, the only way we're going to do that is to be challenged by, you know, unconditional love.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Oh gosh, there's a lot. Oh guys, honestly, we probably have like a couple of minutes left in the space, but just thank you guys for stopping into this space. Thank you for being dedicated and devoted to actually like really gaining your own insights. And I definitely, again, I'm just going to plug like Mystic Tira's cards, because they were divine. They were literally just kind of outlining what we're sort of navigating through in the cards as well. Depression, this is what depression would look like if this had been, you know, in a internal world. So definitely, guys, reach out to Mystic Tira if you guys are interested. DM her, and I'm sure she'll be able to talk you guys through. Do you have any parting message or words for the collective, Empress?
Well, I am honored to always be here to assist the collective and to be on your show. You're doing a wonderful thing, my darling goddess. And yeah, like you said, if anybody would like to purchase one of my decks, reach out, DM me. You can order it. But with this lockdown, the postage is about a month. Even though I have already ordered my one, they're on their way. They should arrive at the end of the month. So if you put an order in, hopefully you get it in June or something. And I'm open to do relationship reading for you. If you want to go deep into your one-to-one, DM me. I'm here for you. And stay well, stay blessed, and stay focused.
The shades of that. Thank you, awesome folks. We will see you again next Monday for your weekly guidance. Go with love, go with faith. And yeah, if you guys need any assistance, feel free to reach out to both of us. You know, we're always sort of here to help. Okay? Sending you guys much love, beloveds.
Same here. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.